The Rogers Red Mastercard is one of the best credit cards in Canada, and for two very good reasons. Number one is that it's completely free to own, it doesn't have any annual fees whatsoever. And number two is that it offers some of the highest cashback rates out of all the no-fee credit cards all over Canada. So does that mean that everyone should rush out there and get this card immediately? Well, not quite, because while this is a great card for some people, it's not so good for some others, and we're going to get into why that is in a second. But before that, if you are new to the FinlyWealth channel, make sure to smash the subscribe button down below and join the community, and also do us a favor and smash the like button down below as well. Now, currently, the Rogers Red Mastercard is offering a $60 sign-up bonus and also an additional $50 cash rebate if you get the card through FinlyWealth. But what are the features of the card? Well, like we mentioned before, it's a cashback card, and a very good one at that. The card gets you 2% cashback on all your purchases in US dollars, and as long as you have at least one service from either Fido, Rogers, or Shaw, you will also get 2% cashback on all your other purchases as well. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have at least one service with one of these companies, that number goes down to only 1% cashback on all your non-US dollar purchases. So that's why it's unnecessarily a great card for everyone. There are people out there who don't have at least one service from all three of these, even though, that's three different companies. So chances are a lot of people have at least one service from at least one of them. But if you don't have at least one service with one of these companies, then clearly this card is just not for you, at least not yet. This is something you could look at when a renewal comes up for one of your services, let's say your Wi-Fi provider or whatever, and then you could look at if you want to switch to one of these companies or not. But you may ask, well, even then you're only getting 2% cashback. That's not phenomenal, is it? Well, here's the thing. If you have at least one of these services, then you can use the cashback that you get from this card towards that service. And here's the very amazing thing about this card. If you take the cashback that you earn with the card and you use it towards one of those services, then it is worth 1.5 times more than what you already got. So for example, if you spend, let's say $1,000 on your card and you have one of these services, so you get 2% back for the amount that you're spending, you get $20 in cash back. Now, if you take that $20 and you spend that towards that service, then what happens is that $20 cashback becomes $30 when being redeemed towards that service. Because again, if you redeem that cashback towards one of these services, it is worth 1.5 times more. So that's basically like as if you were getting 3% cashback all along, because again, you got it at 2%, you got to redeem it at 50% more than what it was. So essentially, it's like you were getting 3% cashback all along from all your purchases. And that's why if you have one of these services, this card is absolutely amazing because it doesn't have any annual fees whatsoever, and it can get you 3% value back on everything, every single purchase you make on this card, whether in US dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever. Also, in addition to this, if you specifically have a Rogers phone plan, then you also get 5 free Roam Like Home days as well. That basically means that for those 5 days, and you can pick any day you want in the calendar, doesn't have to be consecutive days, you can use roaming for free and with no limit. So it's just like if you were in your hometown. You can make as many phone calls, as many texts, as much data usage as you want. It's just as if you were still home and not using roaming at all. Now, if you use this feature alone, that's an additional $80 in value that you're getting every year for completely free, just because you have this card, which is free to own, by the way. So as you can see, this is an amazing card as long as you just have at least one service with either Rogers, Fido, or Shaw. This can be your home Wi-Fi plan, this can be your phone plan, this can be all sorts of things like that. Now, really, the only place where the card leaves a little bit more to be desired is when it comes to coverages. Now, credit cards usually have a number of coverages, such as, travel coverages, purchase protection, some even have mobile device insurance, stuff like that. And the Rogers Red Mastercard doesn't really have any of those, unfortunately. But the good news is there is another Rogers card, you can think of it as the big brother to this card, that does have those protections and is also free to own. I am, of course, talking about the Rogers Red World Elite Mastercard. Now, this card is also completely free to own, just like the Rogers Red Mastercard, but it does have specific minimum income requirements. In order to qualify for the card, you need to make at least $80,000 personal or at least $150,000 household income. Now, if your income doesn't quite hit those numbers just yet, then it's no need to panic. You can still get the Rogers Red Mastercard. That card has no income requirements whatsoever, and you still get all those amazing features that we just discussed. But if you do have a higher income than those minimum income requirements, then you can just get this card instead of the Rogers Red Mastercard. And the Rogers World Elite Mastercard is basically that card, but even more. So when it comes to the cashback, you get 3% cashback on your US dollar purchases, the same 2% cashback on the non-US dollar purchases as long as you have at least one service with one of those companies, and 1.5% back if you don't even have any of those services. And again, if you do have the service and you redeem the cashback towards one of those services, then you can redeem it again at 1.5 times more, which basically means that it's almost as if you're getting 4.5% cashback for all your purchases in US dollar and 3% cashback for all your purchases on all other currencies, including Canadian dollar. And of course, you also still get the same 5 free days of roam like home as well. But now you also get a number of very good coverages. For example, you get car rental insurance up to 31 days and on cars worth up to $65,000. You get extended warranty for up to 1 additional year and also purchase protection up to 90 days. You get emergency out-of-province medical insurance up to $1 million in coverage and up to 10 days at a time of traveling. And you also get trip cancellation insurance and trip interruption insurance, each of them up to $1,000 per person and up to $5,000 in total. So you get the same or higher cashback rates, you get the same roam like home feature, and you get a bunch of additional coverages as well. So if you are someone who has at least one service with one of those companies and you have a high enough income, this card is an absolute no-brainer. It's one of the best cards in Canada, bar none. And again, similar to the Rogers Red Mastercard, you will get a $50 additional cash rebate if you get the card through FinlyWealth. And again, as always, we will leave a link to all these cards in the description down below so you can find all of these very easily. But that's about it for this video. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you think of the Rogers Red Mastercard or the Rogers Red World Elite Mastercard? Do you have either of these cards? Have you tried them? Are you looking to get them? Let us know your thoughts down below. Also, we'd really appreciate it if you could support us by subscribing to this new channel where we're going to do a ton more reviews just like this one. And now with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.